Now is the time of summary of today, Thursday, and I invite Malena, the coordinator of OSS Project, to say a few words to summarizing, and then Hilde, expert of our project.
Thank you, Mark. First, I want to thank you for just a great day of presentations. This has been really inspiring and I've learned a lot. For me, it seems like Hilde will do the summary, but I have one thing I want to take away and share with you. And that is for me, it seems like that the Polish partner has created a sustainable system for collaboration between academia, science, businesses and new businesses. And this is really something for everybody to take with them when they are working on their takeaways. Because then I want to remind everybody in the partnership that we are going to work on our takeaways after this workshop. And we could have been even more participants today because of the interest and the high quality of presentations, but this is recorded. So I want to encourage everybody to use the recordings that will be available after towards your stakeholder to discuss the takeaways. And also I want to remind everybody of this, of the following, and that is, please contact the presenter that you need more information from. This online system or online solution that we are forced to use now because of the pandemic is kind of difficult to exchange experience after the presentation itself. But we have the ability to initiate bilateral meetings with the ones that we want to learn even more about. So that is really important for me to just share with you all before I just end my really short summary with thank you for all presentations. It's been inspiring and it also has been kind of enlightening, some wow moments for me. So thank you everybody that has presented. And then tomorrow is all partners presentation day. So please, the ones that are here today, if you want to participate, please join the meeting and encourage everybody to make people join also tomorrow. So thank you. That was all from me at this stage.
Thank you very much, Malena. And now, Hilde, the floor is yours.
So what a morning this was. It was very interesting. I feel like I've been on a high-speed train because it all went very fast. And I hope I got the presentations right. I hope I understood everything correctly. I will now give you a short overview of everything that we heard, but I will put my mail address in the chat so that if I make a major mistake, that the author of the presentation can write to me what I should change in my written report that I will also make of these 2 days. Okay, this is my mail address for partners should they want to write something to me. Okay, so our OSS project has come very far, I think. And if we look at all the previous seminars that we had, I think today's seminar about the incubators is something like a result of all the previous ones that we have already been through. And we started today with Aeropolis, the technological incubator, which we have understood is situated in this region that is so interesting for investors. And as Malena also said, this is not only for the first example, but something that struck me as well, being from university myself, I feel very strongly the link or the desire in this Polish region to combine science and business and creating innovation together. So that is for me personally, from the point of view of my institution, extremely interesting, but I think it is also interesting for the other partners. So in this Aeropolis, we have this academic pre-incubator, and this already proves what I just said. This is linked to the university. And then there is the incubator itself, in which some of the companies from this pre-incubator find their way. Moreover, they offer offices, production units, meeting rooms, and they focus very strongly on networking. There are a lot of events organized. There is a hackathon, and there is also the well-known startup weekend. They also offer an actual laboratory for prototyping and material sciences. Apart from that, we saw the Center of Innovation. Here, all the slides were in Polish, so that was quite a challenge for me to follow, but very interesting as well. What is their aim? They want to facilitate science, business, and innovation to connect. And they want to boost the collaboration between the universities, so academy and science and business. This is a unique combination. What do they want to offer? They want to offer support, inspiration, and integration, help the stakeholders in all these three fields. They define their own organization as a lean startup because they are fast, they are flexible, they can react in very short times. Their processes are very quickly developed. They want to understand the needs of their stakeholders, help them design a business model, and help them then in the end with the solutions. Their target groups are the scientists. This was my question. So it was difficult for me to see that these scientists were not considered immediately as entrepreneurs. So there's maybe a little misunderstanding still. Now, they want to find out, this Center of Innovation wants to find out what the possibilities are for the universities. And they help them to find resources, control the process of delivering, and help in connection and innovation. So this is a very, very busy entity, let's say, the Center of Innovation. They work with this grant program, which is a tool for founding ideas and scientific projects. And entering this tool or being able to use this tool is not so easy. There are quite some criteria that you have to respond to in order to be taken into account to be able to profit from this grant program. It is also the first stage in the technology development process. Apart from this grant program, there is also the structured contract research. Here they see the scientist as the innovator. The third thing they offer are these proto-labs. Proto-labs in which they want to develop the ideas. What I wrote down here was some special attention to what they have organized, a creative event dedicated to tourism, to smart tourism. This hackathon, I think, can be very important because tourism, as we all know, will have to change a lot and will have a new identity. So the fact that this organization, the Center of Innovation, already works with these new possibilities and new openings for tourism is quite interesting, I think, and can be also interesting for many other OSS partners to take an example of. Then we saw the Samsung Incubator. Now, this was quite different because, Samsung Incubator with such a name, it needs little introduction, of course. This is especially about mentorship, accelerating ideas, and this through lots of events, going from children, entrepreneurs, let's say, students, companies, big companies. They help to prototype ideas, they are mentoring, and they also help where there are possibilities to open up and make a big commercialization of these ideas. Their main partner is the technical university. So here we see again the link with the academic world, but they also are a good example of collaboration with the regional development agency. So it is fairly embedded, I would say, in this region. Then we saw two examples taken from the Start Easy Interreg Europe project. The first one was the Lublin Science and Technology Park, which offers physical spaces for startups. They mainly want to be a platform for universities, science and academia, startups and businesses, and then the interaction between. They want to link the knowledge from science to the businesses and to startups. So this is something that I will take from this morning. There is this constant presence of the academic world in business, in startups, and in this whole support of startup systems, which for me is very inspiring and also new and energetic. It gives energy and it brings me new ideas. This incubator provides spaces and services, actual physical space and also virtual space, and then services for young entrepreneurs and young businesses. What they aim at with these virtual spaces is especially to decrease operating costs, which for any starting business and starting entrepreneur are heavily weighing. Apart from spaces and services, they also offer R&D facilities. So the basic equipment for scientific and commercialization projects, and they have an actual laboratory space. The second example we saw from this Smart Easy Interreg project were these smart tools for easy business startups in Europe, where Marlene immediately said, okay, smart, then it should be, then it probably is digital. But maybe I think this goes a little bit further. What do they want to do? They aim at helping investors with supporting and providing a number of services. And they help supporting companies and export. So they go both regionally, nationally, and internationally. They have some international good practices, as do we in the OSS Project. And the same as us, they are now moving on to the action plans. So I think it is interesting to keep this other Interreg project a little bit, to keep an eye on them, because it's going to be interesting to see how they develop and how we develop, and maybe, keep the interaction going on, the communication. And then the last example that we listened to was different, I think, from all the others, but very, very inspiring. It's the Urban Lab. The Urban Lab that is focused on the quality of life. They do have a space for development of innovative ideas. I've understood they have conference rooms, big ones and small, a big one and a small one. They have this urban cafe, which is a less formal place where ideas can be exchanged, and which is also an official space that they offer. Now, what do? They work with ideas that are from the citizens and for the citizens, age-friendly ideas that increase the quality of life. There are a lot of smart ideas about energy, IT, mobility. I wasn't able to write everything down, but I have understood that they try to make life as comfortable as possible. The idea of the recreational area for grandparents and grandchildren is great, but I thought it was super to come up with the time bank. Time doesn't cost us anything in terms of money, but as explained in the example, during the COVID period, elderly people needed maybe help from another type, like somebody who could go to the grocery shop and do run some errands for them. If somebody else says, okay, I have some time that I can spend to other people, then these two categories can find each other. That is just genius and fantastic idea. So these are, I think, the examples that we saw this morning. I hope I haven't interpreted things badly. If so, please write me an email and I can correct myself.